Today is a great story about a 180 from a crazy lifestyle to working hard and chasing dreams and supporting a family, which is always a great story and good conversation. But we're going to get into that after a minute. Here, I got a handful of things like I normally do to throw at you. This is one of two different types of episodes I do within the show. It's a long format, 60 to 90 minutes. Got one or two guests on. We get into all sorts of crazy shit like you're about to see. And then on opposite weeks, it's just me and this microphone and whatever's in my heart and shit that I think you need to hear. And I'm a one-man band. Everything I do with the show, it's me. I love doing it. I find great pleasure in it, and the feedback you all give me and the love is amazing. But I'm asking for your help. I would love for you to jump over whatever platform you're listening to this on and throw up a 5-star review. Click 5 stars. YouTube, I'm trying to build that platform up, so jump over there, like, subscribe, and all that shit that they ask you to do. And of course, if you like what I'm doing here, tell a friend or 7. Speaking of help, I got to throw some love out to the 2 companies that help me with this platform. And this is product that I use on the regular. Both companies, awesome, local companies. Love all the things that they're building, the communities they're building, and what they stand for. And I'm very honored to be part of that as well. So make sure you check them out. Link is in the show notes for both. First up is Craig over at High Speed Daddy. This dude does a kick-ass job with his merchandise, backpacks, coolers, lunchboxes, a bunch of other stuff. Great stuff. Tell Craig I said hello when you see him. And of course, the crew over at Live Resheet down in the Arizona. What is that? The big hole in the ground. Grand Canyon State. There we go. High quality CBD product. I've been using the tincture lately to help me sleep because I have a pretty bad injury on my right tricep. Self-inflicted, of course. But check this stuff out. If you're getting something from the hardware store, tell you where I've been living lately. If you're getting stuff from the convenience store and head shops and that kind of stuff, throw that shit in the trash. Jump over. Of course, link is in the show notes. Give them hell while you're there too. But use the code TABLE50 and you're going to get 50% off your entire order. Everything you need to know about what I have going on here can be found at the website, BRawPodcast.com. Sign up for the newsletter. Check out the blogs, the merch, of course, all that other good stuff. Fiddle around. Hit me up too. Love to speak with you. All right, enough about me rambling. Let's get on to this episode. I hope you're either sitting down or hanging on. Got some heat coming at you from Hunter. Truly enjoyed hanging out with this dude. He's got a lot of cool stuff going on, and how he got to where he is now is amazing. And the turning point from what he was doing in the past, you know, that got him going in the right path is amazing. It's crazy. But as always, I'm going to let him tell you all about it. Let's get to it.
8 o'clock.
Where are you at?
Still at the office.
Oh, yeah, but what time zone
Detroit.
you in? Detroit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Detroit, baby.
I had my ex-wife was from the UP.
Oh, she's a Youper.
Youper. Yeah, I ain't heard that word in a minute.
No, yeah.
That's a whole other country up there.
Oh, fuck. They got their own rules, buddy.
yeah, you ain't kidding there. I thought I was a hillbilly.
No.
They make me look like city folk up there.
Yeah, I know. That's my roots, though. I'm actually, I know I look all pretty on the outside, but my roots are my roots are hillbilly, baby.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you from Detroit or are you come from somewhere else?
No, I was born in Port Huron, but like all my family's, I can't even say, some of my family's from a place called Skidway. And,
Skidway.
It's Skidway. We call it Skid Mark. Yeah.
About the same.
Yeah, but yeah, my roots run hillbilly, baby.
And now is that same state? Skidway?
Yeah, same state, just different country. Same state, different country.
Different country. I like that. Yeah. Well, that's I was born in cow country and as a farmer and all that bullshit, and it's a great way to grow up. But man, I had to get out of there, dude. And my parents were like, "World's a big place, man. Get out of here. If you ever want to come back, this place will still be here. But dude, get out." When I say, "Copy that," I'm out of here. So I haven't been back since. I went to Colorado for 20 years. Landed there, started working for Coca-Cola, put 20 years in with those guys. And then I just wanted to do something different. and I met up with a lady. She had a video photo production company, and she was a one-man band, and she liked to do the production stuff. She goes, I hate selling. I'm like, well, fuck, dude. That's all I've done for 20 years at Coca-Cola is marketing and all that. So her and I joined up, and for about 5 years, dude, I have never worked so fucking hard in my life as I did when we were building that company. It was insane. We would go through 10 different emotions by noon with each other. We'd be yelling at each other, hugging each other. Everything's great, crying, yelling at each other. Fuck, you know what I mean? It was insane, but we made it very successful, had a great time, incredible life experience. We're still really good friends today, and it was cool, dude. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, and that's how I got from Colorado to Jersey. Now I'm in Jersey. So
Jersey, okay.
Jersey. Woo, baby. Soprano Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah. That's I work in Jersey City. I used to work in Newark. Had my route. I'm an area field manager for U-Haul. And Newark.
I don't know nothing about it.
This doesn't go well in Newark, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no. The Sesame Street song would play every time I rolled in Newark. Which one of these is not like the other? And it was brutal, dude. It was. I ran into a lot of shit. So, but I make it work.
Yeah, it shaped you. It shaped you.
Yeah. So what's up with you, man? Thanks for coming on, by the way.
Yeah,
God damn, we get ranting and you got a ton of shit going on.
Ton of shit, man. Life is it's crazy right now, but it's all good.
So it's what you make it.
It's what you make it, baby. It really is.
Yeah. I tell people, they're like, I wish I was doing this and I wish I was doing that. I go, no, you don't. And they're like, yeah. I go, no, you're right where you want to be.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, I wish I was on a beach or something. I go, well, why aren't you fucking there then? So,
yeah. And then you get there, because this is actually what started me on this fucking journey I'm on in my life now, is once you get to where you think you want to go, you realize you were, like you said, you were already right where you were, and then it fucking hurts more once you actually get it. I'm being dead ass. That hole gets a lot bigger.
Yeah, it does. And there's no way, and you just keep shoveling and there's no way to fill it. That never fills up. No.
You can try every vice.
Yep. And who was it? I think it was Jim Carrey said that he wished that everybody could be rich and famous so that they realize that that's not the answer.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. I've been there. I've had fuck you money, like incredible fuck you money. And I've been broke to where I go into the ghetto and buy food stamps for 25 cents on the dollar so they could buy drugs and booze and shit. So I've been on both sides of the scale, man. You?
Same. Oh, absolutely. Both sides of the scale, man. You name it. And like I said, honestly, looking back, the more broke I was, as soon as I started piecing myself together and really finding that inner guy, I was more happy when I was broke. But don't get me wrong, I still live a pretty crazy lifestyle, but I'm at peace now. So what I'm trying to say is I've had the success when I didn't have inner peace, and it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare without inner peace. Now where I'm going with my success, the money is a byproduct. All that, everything it's a byproduct of me living by character instead of being driven by results. So I'm at peace though.
Yeah, you like the process kind of thing, right? You like doing what 100%. You're doing. And I used to play broomball and hockey. You ever hear broomball being over there in the Midwest?
Broomball.
Just like hockey, but with a ball and shit.
Yep.
And we were on this traveling team, and we got hooked up in a tournament with a team from Japan. And we went out and got blitzed that night.
Can't keep up.
Oh, those guys, man. And he was telling me the next day while we were trying to play, we were making a gallant effort, but you can't operate at that after you have a night like that. And he said that over in Japan, he goes, man, if you're doing business with me, when you come over, before our business meeting, we plan on going out and we'll go to dinner and we're going to get you absolutely intoxicated on purpose because we feel that you being intoxicated exposes the true you. Right? So if you're an asshole, when you get drunk, they're like, put you on a plane the next day and see you, bro. And I go, oh, we doing business? He's like, hell yeah, we're doing business. I go, yeah, I'm a happy drunk, dude. So
I love it.
Yeah. Well, used to be. I'm in 2 days, it'll be 5 years sober. So
well, good for you, because being the happy drunk, though, I think that's the fucking hardest. Because, like, I look at, like, real alcoholics, like, that I know in my family, like, die-hard alcoholics, and it's like, wow, right? Like how do you continue to do that every day? But I justified it as I was a happy alcoholic. You know, I'm a social drinker. I'm out partying, right? That's how I justified it in my head, too, because I was there. But it's very hard to separate yourself when you are a happy drunk and you love being social, because you start to think that that is your identity, you know?
Yep. You sober or are you still drinking?
No, I'm sober.
Congrats, bro.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So, and I think going back to telling that story, because I think money is the same way.
Okay.
I think if you're broke and down in the dirt and you're a cool dude and you're happy, if you got $1 million in the bank account, you're still a cool dude and you're happy.
100%. It just amplifies who you are.
Yeah, I agree 100% on that. So, whoop, there we go. I agree on that 1,000%.
Yeah.
So, money is, what do they say? It's the root of all evil, but it does make things a little better, doesn't it?
No, yeah, 100%. I mean, money. Don't get me wrong, money solves problems too, and money is definitely not the root of all evil. In fact, honestly, broke people sometimes are the most selfish, unloving people there is. You know, so I mean, you go find somebody who's genuine, like has a lot of money, but they are that good person that we're talking about. You're gonna actually see what real love is. Like, those people do love on a different level, not giving, like an actual love.
Yeah. Well, because imagine, I'll use my ex-father-in-law. I love the dude to death. And he, from the UP, right? Family broke, and grew up, built a bunch of businesses, went bankrupt a bunch of times, found his niche, very wealthy, right? But he built it from nothing and through experience. And he's just a down, and you would never even know it. He'd be sitting with dinner at you, or like standing in line, and you would have no clue what that guy is worth. He's in $30 pair of jeans and a $50 nice button-up shirt and some sneakers. And it's like, yeah. So I learned a lot from that guy about that type of stuff too, you know, because when I was married to my ex, I was in the bar business, and cash was just all over the place. So, yeah, as you know, but so what's your story, man? What are you doing now? How'd you get there?
Oh God, you name it. I mean, we can dive in.
Dive in. Come on, man. Let's get the dirt.
Let's get to the dirt. All right. Well, like I said, I'm from Port Huron. I was born in Port Huron. I have a single mom. I had two older brothers that lived with my dad at the time. You know, I was always growing up in sports. My mom was an entrepreneur. She had me real young, so she was always gone. And, you know, I joined the Marine Corps out of sports. And right before the Marine Corps, the reason I joined the Marine Corps, I hate telling this whole fucking long story, but you know, it's just like, well, I'm gonna interrupt you. Let's talk about the real shit. Let's talk about like the actual shit, you know, the fucking getting into drug dealing and all that. Absolutely,
fuck, dude. Well, see, but the thing is, though, you know, I got a few questions here, and then we're gonna go off. But what's you didn't have a choice? You go in the military? You're like, fuck it, I ain't got any other choice.
No, so the thing about me is I totally had a choice. So I just fell in love with fucking money, and no one in my family had ever been in the military or anything. It was straight out of the blue. But at that point, I was selling a lot of drugs, not like dime bags, you know, like this. I'm selling a lot of drugs, and I'm addicted to gambling. Actually, I got a roulette wheel tattooed right here.
Yeah.
Oh,
whoa, hold on. Okay, see, this is what I want to know. When did you start selling drugs?
In high school. I was selling drugs while I was in high school.
So did you do like you started selling a little bit of weed and then you got into some heavy shit?
Yeah, it progressed from weed to Molly to then cocaine.
Nice. Yeah, coke was my
progression.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, duh. And then see, yeah, coke was my thing of choice. I had a buddy that was kind of dealing it, and that's where the fuck you money comes in, right? And, oh my god, dude, I had 17 staples in the back of my head because I'm in the bathroom taking a piss and just went
damn,
fell back like a tree, dude, and racked my noggin on a bathroom floor in a dive bar. Next thing I know, I wake up in the emergency room at a 30-degree angle on a gurney, strapped to the gurney, and I'm like black and blue. And there's an armed guard standing next to me. And I was like, I look at him and I was like, what happened? He goes, yeah, you got a little wild last night. We had to restrain you.
Oh, jeez.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
you'll have those nights.
Yeah. Now, Molly, dude, that's one thing I never got into. Ecstasy, I tried once.
Yeah.
Mushrooms?
I mean, obviously, I've done mushrooms in my life. Yeah, I never sold them, but yeah.
So not a big fan of them.
Yeah. Hey, I guess it hits everybody different. I get real deep in my thought. I'm a really fucking in my thoughts kind of guy. So even like weed growing up, I wouldn't smoke too much because I would trip. Like I dive deep into the high. So I kind of got out of that quick. But
and then
man.
So the guy you getting weed from, how did you go? How'd that progression go?
No, it wasn't necessarily through one guy. It was just through like, okay, I know people that are selling the ones above me. I'm selling weed here. I know the money I'm making here, but I know the coke pen. I know the head guy. So I'm just witnessing what he's doing and the money he's making. And I'm fucking 15 years old, so I'm like, I want that too. I want that money. So that's kind of how that progressed, but different people. And then we started driving down south and getting it. I mean, it got like to a whole operation. Oh yeah.
No shit. That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
And at 15, you think you're invincible and you're never going to die and this is going to last forever. So when did it occur to you that it was unsustainable?
When I had my door kicked in.
That'll do it.
Yeah. So one morning I'm this is fast forward too, mind you, this went on for years. Then I'm sleeping and I see all these lights in my house and I got a big Saint Bernard too. My dog starts going crazy and I like peek out the door and cops have their hands their guns drawn. And I used to run a poker game too. So there was a bunch of poker tables in my living room, like no couches and nothing. And I would, we're about to get deep here. That's how I'd cut my cocaine would be on the poker table. Right.
That's amazing. Amazing.
But I was ordering like hydrocaine benzoyl chloride. So it was like, top of the line shit that would numb your mouth. That was what I used to cut it with.
Right.
And anyway, so they put me in handcuffs, right? They're in my house illegally, but they know. They bring in the test kits. They bring in the crew to test it all. Well, they scoop from the cut, and so it comes back obviously not cocaine. So they have to get a warrant. I end up flushing it all while they have my house surrounded. And this was I would never ever go back again moment.
Oh well, yeah. Holy shit, dude! You get in any trouble? I mean, did you end up doing time and stuff like that?
No, I never got in trouble for that. Nothing, dude. Now, my wife was pregnant at the time. My ex-wife was pregnant. And, dude, it was just flashing in my eyes. Like, I wouldn't have seen him be born. I would have been so fucked.
Yeah, because the amount, right? Now you're really fucked because the amount.
Yeah.
Hold'em poker or just everything in general? Who you're doing?
Just Hold'em.
Yeah, I'm a big Hold'em player as well. I enjoy the game. That's awesome. Yeah, I remember those underground games and there's more drugs and watches and car keys on the table than there is money. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You walk in with $4,000 and they're like, dude, it's like, it's a 100, 200 with a $400 Annie or geez, what do you call it? Straddle. And I'm like, Jesus, my fucking $4,000 ain't gonna last long. But
no, it gets crazy.
Yeah, it gets nuts. But yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I cool that you talk about it and that people know about it. Same with me. There's nothing hidden in my past. I got all fucked up, did a bunch of shit, got in a lot of trouble, fighting, collecting, that kind of thing. And, a night here and there in jail and watching your friends overdose and get arrested or commit suicide. And it's like, no, dude, no, this is not the avenue that I can continue down.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah. And I thought getting married would be the answer.
No, we still you gotta have some lessons still after too.
Yeah, that's true. And then what got you with that? So what? Then you're like, fuck it, I'm going to join the military?
Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to join the military. So I went in the Marine Corps and then obviously, did my time there. And I really liked it at the beginning. I'm not going to lie. I was killing it and everything. And then just kind of got to a point where I just hated, the busy work and shit. Because if you're not at war, like, what the fuck do? You don't do anything, right? So then you get around some people who, you always got to stay busy and stuff. Don't get me wrong. I loved it. It was a great, structure and stuff for my life. I just knew I wanted more. Like, I knew, I could kind of like check it off my list. Like, I joined it. I did my service. Obviously, I'm not going to be a 20-year, I'm not going to be in this for life.
Right.
So I get out of that and I dive right into real estate, man. And I just kind of took off from there.
Now, is that something you had interest in, was real estate, or you knew somebody and you're like, hey man, I got a job. And then you're like, this is amazing.
Yeah, no, it was, I knew somebody that was in real estate and, I just wanted to get my license. So I'm like, I can talk to people. I can shoot the shit. Like, I love sales, like as much as we hate on like drug dealers and stuff too, man, they know how to run businesses. That's they know how to run a fucking business.
Dude, I always thought that it would be amazing if there was a system or part of the system. If you were a big enough drug dealer and you were successful, but of course you get busted because eventually you're gonna, because that's the greatest thing against us is, against people that are dealing drugs is greed and time, right? Because you want to get bigger and then time. But say you get, just for conversation, say you're going to get 15 years. And they're like, hey man, you can reduce this if once a week you go to the college or go to school and teach business.
Yeah. I mean, there should be something like that.
Right?
Seriously though.
Yeah. Because the people that I knew that were heavy into it, I'm like, you could take these principles and apply this to anything and it'd be amazing. Yeah. They're good. There's people they're smart, dude. Yeah. I've thought that forever. But yeah, so, you take that and apply it to real estate.
Yeah. I just applied it to real estate, man. What's that?
Yeah, you just apply it to real estate.
It's same shit, same principles. I mean, you could literally exchange the skills and the assets learned, and then well, here's the thing though. So I went from that to then the discipline of the Marine Corps. It was kind of like a little cocktail of being disciplined, but still being able to walk that gray area line of pushy or not pushy in sales, and just like it was a great formula that kind of just I fucking took off, man.
That's awesome. And then your work ethic that you have naturally emphasized through the military. Boom.
Yeah.
Great.
Boom.
Yeah.
So
that's amazing.
Stacking, and then I started buying a lot of properties. I started to build a pretty big investment portfolio too. And then here we're going to get to a low though. So then I'm making a lot of money. I'm in my early 20s. I'm like 23 years old making $500,000 a year, which is not a lot of money, but it's a lot of money to a 23-year-old.
Oh yeah, sure.
And so I just started to drink a little bit more heavy again. It started to creep back up on me because I thought I was invincible, like my half-assing, even though I was disciplined, but I wasn't all into real estate. Like I wasn't fucking all in, but my half-ass could still like crush it. So I got really complacent and I just started, drinking a lot. And then I got a really, really beautiful girlfriend, and we started track. She was pretty bougie though, so we started traveling a lot. I mean, we're going to Vegas all the time, Florida all the time. We're going to Greece and shit. And then the inner hole just starts like creeping up on you. So recently, then too, at this time, it was all this everything coming at once. I got a divorce, had a girlfriend right after. I find out my biological dad. I find out who my biological dad is. I shake it off. It's like all this stuff I just keep shaking off. I'm shaking off getting out of the Marine Corps. I never dealt with it. And then breaking up with that girl, finally just like, boom, it all hit me at once. And I'm just like, fuck. So I started to really hit the bottle heavy. And then we can elaborate on the lows, and then we'll go to the highs in a little bit here.
Yeah, I can see that. I believe that life is an EKG. If it's flat, it's no fun, right? It's got to have ups and downs, and it makes you appreciate what you do have, obviously. But talk about having a bougie girlfriend. Yeah, I had some arm candy back in the day for the same reason. Come on, dude. You walking in somewhere and you got this fucking smoking hot girl attached to you. Woo! Life is good. It's not very healthy on the mental part. But when you're in your mid-20s and you're ripped and you're in good shape and you're making fucking incredible money that you think, at 23 or 25, and you got this hot girl on your arm, dude, life is good.
Yep.
And then you get punched in the face.
Baby.
Yeah, dude, I think men in general use you for an example. All that stuff was flying at you, right?
Yeah.
Now, who do you talk to at that point? Did you have somebody that you?
No, you can't talk to anybody.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Honestly, once you do open up to women, unfortunately, they will use it back on you again in the future, brother. And it's so, this breakup taught me so much in my life, because it was the first thing that I wanted that I could not have, right? And that's what actually hurt me, because I'm used to getting whatever I get whatever the fuck I want, like, because there's never a plan B with me. Like, if I want something, I'm going to have that, or I'm gonna die. There's never in between. But when I have this woman that I want, and I fucked up through my drinking and everything, I'm like, oh, dude. So I started self-sabotaging too, and I'm like, the messed up part about all this, you can ask some of my best friends. I'm like, watch this. I'm gonna go to zero. I'm gonna fucking ride this thing. I'm gonna put my back so far against the wall. They're like, why would you do that? They're like, you don't have to do that. I'm like, no, it's gonna be a part of the story. I'm just gonna let this hurt. Like, I'm gonna let it kill me, and then the stand-up's gonna be way better. So
that's awesome. The comeback, right? Comeback.
Yeah. Comeback's always stronger.
Now the thing is, with her, did she give you, like, was she getting all mad at you about drinking?
Yeah. No, it was 100% my fault. I fucked it all up. She wrote me letters. She wrote me letters before, like, because I turned into a different person, man. Like, I'm the best for everybody else besides the ones that are most close to me when I was drinking. Like,
I know exactly what you mean.
Everywhere else, I'm the life of the party. I'm buying everything for everybody. But my girlfriend's at home with her kid, like cooking and stuff, and I'm out partying. But this is how I make my money. I gotta be social. I gotta, So I was neglecting the people at home, and it wasn't fair. So I would have left my ass too.
Yep, that's what drove me to get sober. My wife, we were just dating at the time, but my wife, I'm married way above my station, dude. My old lady's amazing. Awesome. But she never said this or that. And I just knew in my heart she wasn't going to put up with that bullshit. But I had the video company at the time, and I was doing this same exact thing which you were talking about. Well, I got to go to this party. Well, I got to drink to fit in. Well, I have to do this. I have to do this because the business. And it's like, after a while, I go, fuck that. Yeah. And I found out I couldn't have just one. If I had one, if I had one, it'd be 3 days later, and I don't know where the fuck I was. And I'm like, what? Dude. I'm out, dude. Pull the ripcord, and I stopped cold turkey. gone. Decided on, what was it, the end of November to stop drinking, but I used December 1st as my sober date because it took me 2 days to dry out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So December 1st is my sober date. But self-sabotage. And the reason, too, my beard is all like it is, I don't shave during November to bring awareness to men's health and mental health and testicular cancer and stuff like that. And I've had the privilege of being on some shows to where they talk specifically about that. And then I post it about November. Obviously, it's all year long, but bring awareness to it in November. And I'm honored that a handful of guys have reached out to me, like DM and through my website, and we had some incredible conversations, dude. They just didn't have nowhere to open up. They're like, I can't even talk to my wife. And I'm like, dude, I get it. I get it. I understand that. So
that's why I try to open up more too, is just so people like that, they feel like they can open up to you, right? Because how much were you fucking battling with innerly that you never told anybody? Like, those were the biggest battles.
Yeah. Yeah. You'd be like out mowing the lawn for no reason because you're just like, I don't know what else to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what direction to take. I don't have anybody to talk to. And even your friends, even your close friends, what are you going to do? Go over and go, hey, man, I'm not doing so well. And they'll be like, what the fuck, dude? You pussy? You're like, fuck. God, shit. Now I can't do that. Yeah. As we get older, I think, I don't know how old you are, but I'm 48. And as we get older, like my best friend, him and I have conversations about that now. But in your 20s and 30s, no, stop, dude. Nobody wanted to talk about that shit, even, especially back then. Now it's a little more open, but back then, you're just fucking man, dude. Suck it up.
Yeah.
And then
that's it. You can't show emotion.
No, and then you're 45, you die of a heart attack.
Dude, honestly, that's go ahead.
Yeah, right? I mean, I just, how many men do you know or you look at are just dying inside?
Every single one of them. And me, I was that man dying inside too.
Me too.
I was fucking dying, man. And the fucked up part is, like you said, I couldn't tell anybody and no one would ever know. And I was still going out of my way to like
please people.
Help people, with their problems. And in the back of my head the whole time I was like, dude, you wouldn't survive a fucking day of my life. But I couldn't even tell them that, obviously. But I just wanted to so bad. Like, dude, I wish somebody was there for me. Like, I won't lie though. I have my mother. My mother's always been my rock. So I do love my mama very much.
Yeah, same here.
Mothers, but not having that father figure though to rely on. Actually, I mean, now I'm looking back and I have a son. Because, and this is here, you want to open up about some deep shit. The first couple of years of my son's life, like I was present, but I wasn't a father. I wasn't present. You know what I'm saying? Because you think just becoming a dad means you're a dad. Because I didn't even have a dad, so I'm like, well, I'm here, right? But no, I'm not here. I'm not giving him the things that I didn't receive that I had to go learn, right? So that was like a big learning thing for me, is to actually be present with my son.
Well, that, and for you to recognize it, first of all, right? And it's taken me many years to learn to actually be in the moment, to truly be in the moment. People are like, yeah, I'm in the moment. Oh, fuck you are, dude. You're thinking about what TV show you're going to watch later, And now with my son, it's quality over quantity. 100%. If I got 20 minutes with him, it doesn't matter, dude, because I'm all his. The phone is gone. I don't even know where the phone is, and what do you want to do, buddy? I want to, blah, blah, blah. He's 2.5. He's almost 3. And we just have a good time. And that's everybody, awesome. And everybody in my life at this point knows when I get him at 4:30, pick him up from daycare, you can call me or text me, but you ain't going to hear from me till 7:30 and he goes to bed. Yep. I don't answer the phone. Nothing, dude. We're all in together, and it's amazing. Oh my God, it's amazing.
It really is.
Yeah, it's the hardest thing I never thought something would be this hard, but it's the most rewarding.
It really is. Even last night we were swimming in the pool, and I had that moment that we're feeling right now. It's just like you know, I'm teaching them how to swim to me, you know, and it just fucking hit me, you know, it just like, wow, dude, it's like all my shit I stress about and I strive for and all my goals, you know, I could die tomorrow and I would have missed, you know, this little opportunity right here because I'm too busy thinking about it.
Yep,
and it just
100%.
kind of like, it just dawned on me, man. So presence, I try to work on it as much as I can. I'm still not perfect, but you know.
No. But I think the biggest stride that you can make is that you recognize it.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? Like, was it yesterday or the day before? We're walking out of daycare together, right? He's walking in front of me. He pushes the door open and he's holding the door open. You know, he's little and he's got both hands on the door and he's kind of at a 30-degree angle. And I start to walk out and I go, thanks for holding the door, buddy. He goes, no, Dad, you got to let the lady go first. And I look behind me and there was this lady. I go, oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Come through. And she comes through. She's like, thank you, young man. He goes, you're welcome. And I'm like, oh, see, right here.
There you go.
That's it. And they're like, oh, he's so sweet and he's got manners and he's polite. And I'm like, my man.
That's awesome.
And just lead by an example. That's all.
Yep.
I had a guy, where, you know, we own a house and the front steps were lined in bricks, you know, like not banisters, but they had some bricks next to them. And it was one of the things on my to-do list. We've only had the house for a year, but they're starting to get beat up a little bit. And I'm working in the yard over the weekend. And this guy comes up to me. He's walking through the neighborhood, Irish dude. And he's like, hey, my brothers and I are working through the neighborhood and I noticed your brick needs some work. And, you know, we can do it for $200. We can fix this. And I'm like, dude, I think that's amazing that you're out here hustling. Cool. I'll help you out, dude. Yeah, $200. Fix my bricks. They just fucked it up, dude. Completely destroyed it. And I was like, all right. Let's be cool. And my son was with us in the front yard. And the guy goes, I can fix this for $5,000. I go, the fuck you can. And he kind of looks at me and I go, the best thing for you is just to leave. Yeah. All right. And I didn't pay him, by the way. I didn't pay him.
Yeah.
Because I'm smart enough not to pay you until the work's done.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I could knock off, you know, $1,000. We could do it for $4,000. And I go, bud, listen, I'm keeping my posture the way it is. And I'm keeping my voice low because my son is in the front yard with us. If he wasn't in the front yard, we would be having a different conversation. So the best thing for you to do is to leave.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, all right, $3,000. And I turn to my wife and I go, hey, baby, will you take our son? Will you take our son inside? And he looks at me and I look at him. I go, just going to wait a second, dude, till he's inside. He goes, then what? I go, we're going to have a different conversation. He's like, have a great day, and leaves. And I'm like, see? Oh, dude. But I don't want to be like yelling at him and fucking being a dick to him and my son watching, right? No, dude, you can't set that example. You know, if it really justifies it, obviously, right?
Oh, yeah.
But
100%.
Yeah, but that right there is, you know, 10 years ago, I would have never handled that situation like that. I'd have been a total asshole to him and yelling at him.
Yeah.
You know, but.
Oh my God. I was at the park the other day real quick and this kid shoved my son, right?
Oh, nice.
This was the first time I've ever had it happen with my son. He shoved my son. And I like see it from across the room. I'm sprinting up. I've never wanted to hit a kid so bad in my life, but thank God I'm talking myself out of it on the way there.
Yeah.
You know what? But it's like, what the hell can I do? So, you know, I asked, I'm like, hey, where's your dad at? You know, like I got to, you know, but that was just, wait till your son's a little older. These kids nowadays, though.
Oh, they're brutal. They're brutal.
Yeah, brutal.
Well, I had him in the indoor playground and when he was real little, he was about a year old, a little over a year old. He's 2.5 now. But he was a little over a year and he's in the ball pin, right? You know, where all those little plastic balls.
Yeah.
And he's having a good time. He's just throwing the balls around, kicking around, rolling around. And this one girl comes over, way too big to be in the toddler section, pushes him over. And I was watching for, and again, I was like, all right, let me see how he handles this. And he just kind of like ignored her. And she pushes him again. And then, you know, like a toddler, when they're that small, they roll on their belly to stand up, right? So he falls over. He rolls on his belly, stands up. She pushes him again. He rolls on his belly to stand up. She jumps on his back and starts pushing his head into the balls. And I was like, oh, mother. Dude, I about came through that netting and everything. And I go, hey. And she looked up at me and ran. And I go, please go tell your dad that I yelled at you. Please. Just please bring your dad over here. You know what I mean?
Oh my God,
I never saw her again. She knew that she knew what she was fucking doing. But the thing is, though, they got to learn that, right? I mean, how often would you? I don't know about you growing up, but man, I got the shit kicked out of me all the time.
Oh yeah, I was just a little fella, dude. I was getting my ass whooped, but then I learned how to fight and started whooping ass.
Yeah, that's same.
I went down that path too, though.
Yeah, I became a scrapper, not a fighter. Dude, I fish hook you and pull your ear, and it didn't matter, man. And the people are like, leave that fucking dude alone.
Literally, man, I had an uncle who was a crazy fighter. He always taught me, like, if you're gonna fight somebody in the streets, you're not just fighting them. Like you're trying to kill them, because this is life, or you know, like it's like if you have to bite their nose off, like you have to do whatever you have to do, and that's how my uncle taught me. And then add that with the Marine Corps on top of it. And then add a 21-year-old just drinking every night, dude. That's all we used to do was fight, man. It was crazy.
We would go out and we'd say, all right, boys, we're either fucking or fighting.
Stop it. That was our fucking line.
Oh, yeah?
I said the same thing. They say, all right, we fighting or we fucking?
Dude, I tell you what, at 1 o'clock in the morning, you're looking around the bar going, God, I don't feel like
do a fight real quick.
I'm like, I don't feel like fighting, man. That 2 just became a 10, bro. Yeah, we would say that.
So funny you say that.
We'd be pre-gaming. We're like, all right, dude, where are we going? And we, name whatever bars we're going to. And of course, you try to go to the bars that you had the best chance. But yeah, I watch my boys, and I've done that too. My buddies still send me reels with, like, there's this really heavy set black woman, like dressed in a Catwoman outfit, was getting on like a Harley Sportster, and she's like, hey, wow. And my buddy sent me the reel, and he's like, she says she knows you. And I'm like, fuck, God damn, you guys are still busting my balls about that stuff.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no, that was a good time, man. But now we're older, got kids.
Yeah.
I'd take this life over that life any day, bud.
That's it, man.
Tenfold. Not even
tenfold, baby.
Not even
becoming more aligned with that inner self, conscience congruency, baby. That's what was eating away at me for years, is because the whole time I'm doing wrong things, I know it's wrong, and I have a voice in my head telling me it's wrong, and I feel that guilt, and I feel and finally, once you just shut up and you actually listen to yourself and listen to those inner thoughts, and you align yourself with that path, then things just start clicking and getting better, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, what helped me was I checked my ego.
Yeah.
I didn't let my ego get in my way, because that's what was stopping me for a long time, of listening to the inner self going, dude, this is just not working. No, and then it's, you sell yourself on it, but.
Oh yeah. We can sell ourselves better than anybody,
Oh yeah, absolutely. But now when you get, got the family, living the dream, busy, making money.
Yeah, I'm on a different fucking journey now, though. Now it's to actually get people out of their holes,
Now, what brought you into that? Because, I mean, you're like, hey, man, like I say, I live a blessed life, bud. And it took me a long time. People would, like, you and I would be talking, and you'd say, I talk about my life, and you'd be like, must be nice. And in the past, I would go, all right. Yeah, well, okay, man, I feel bad now that you're kind of giving me shit about my life, man. Is it really that, Nowadays, you go, must be nice. I go, yep, it is.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't hesitate anymore. I work my ass off for what I got. Got a beautiful wife. I got an amazing kid, and I chase them both around for different reasons, obviously. And I'd like to, this is why I'm building this more as a project, is to bring that awareness to people. Hey, man, you can have that. You can do this. It's not a big deal. You know, all the fake things on the internet. No, dude, you got to have shit that money can't buy. And I finally have that. I have a loving household. And again, my family, you can't buy that stuff. No. And I have self-respect. You know, I can walk anywhere. I have confidence, you know, hey, you're in the military. Command presence. I have so much command presence, dude. There ain't none you can say or anybody can say, even my wife, that would might chink my armor if you're consistently doing it, right?
Yeah.
But if I walk in the room, people would say, when my wife and I got together, they're like, what the fuck is she doing with you? Even close friends of mine. They're like, what is she doing with you? What the fuck, dude? Look at her. And I'm like, after a while, I was like, holy fuck, wait a minute. What is she doing with me? You know, but nowadays, nah, dude. People are like, you're lucky to have her. I go, fuck that. She's lucky to have me.
There you go.
That's what I tell them about. So what do you want to do? I mean, you think with your journey, you want to pass that along to people, and if it helps one person, you're good, right? I mean, is that your attitude with it?
Yeah, that's basically it. I mean, if I can help one person every single day, because I mean, like we're talking about, is I've been in the lows, I've been in the highs, I've had everything that people dream about, the very nice house, the hot wife with the kids at home, and still nothing was ever enough because I didn't love myself, really, man. I wasn't listening to myself, regardless of the money I was making. I knew I was meant for more, and I just wasn't listening to myself. And once I finally just aligned myself with my conscience, dude, I just became whole, you know. And obviously we're not going to touch on religion, but that played a part in it. Just, you know, aligning myself with that as well. I finally found a purpose, right? Because I feel like so many people out there are hurting and just dying on the inside, but they have no fucking plan. They got no purpose. They're not heading to something. And it's like, dude, if you're not going anywhere, if you don't have your eyes set on something or have a vision for something, you're gonna fucking get bored, and it's gonna lead to vices, and you're gonna fucking just slowly die, you know?
100%. The old idle hands thing, right?
Yes.
And then my boy Mark Twain, I love Mark Twain quotes. Most people die at 25, but don't get buried until they're 75.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Yeah. Fuck that. Yeah, I was dead for a long time. I did not have a purpose. I was just floating in the world.
Yeah.
And now, dude, my vision is really clear. It's crystal clear. And if you don't like what I got going on, see ya.
Who cares? That's your vision, baby. I can't see your vision. Only you can see. It only fucking matters to you.
That's it. And don't try to explain it to people. Just live it. Yep. Just live it. And I tell people, they're like, yeah, it's easy. And I go, okay, so part of my self-care was disowning my dad.
Okay.
It's been 2 years since I talked to my dad.
Wow.
And people are like, what? I'm like, no, dude. It was just all negativity. I just don't need it. You know, and I believe that you have so much energy for the day. What are you going to spend it on? It sure the fuck ain't going to be anything negative.
No.
You can remove it and move on, you know? But so it's the old, oxygen, put your oxygen mask on first. And when people ask me about priority, and I go, it's me, my son, and then my wife. And they're like, what? You don't put your son first? Well, if I'm not in good shape, how am I going to take care of my son?
I'm no good to him dead.
Yeah. You know, or out of shape, or, you know, that kind of thing. And it's great.
Miserable, or drinking every night, or, you know, so many people say they would die for their kids, but they won't even fucking live for them.
Oh, dude, that is amazing. Oh, God, that fucking hits home.
That's it.
That's going to take me a second here to recoil from that one. That's good, though. That's amazing to think that, you know, I'll do this and this and this. Well, put the fucking whatever advice down, right? Yeah, kids are. He gave me a crazy outlook of life, you know, and feelings. Now I know what it feels like to love someone so much that it hurts.
Yeah,
dude, I'll see him do something, or you know, he'll come up and be like, "I love you, Dad." I'm like,
yeah,
I love you too, buddy. You know, yeah, it just fucking rips you apart, but in a good way. And then, like, to discipline him, I'm the disciplinarian. I don't know how you guys are, but yeah, I'm the one that tells him no, and he gets mad at me and stomps away for 20 minutes. I'm like, I'm cool with that. You know,
you gotta be.
Yeah, I'm your dad, not your friend, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I'm here to make sure that you're cool when I'm not. If I'm not here, you can still handle whatever comes your way. You know,
exactly.
So what did working out in the military drive that into you? Did you have that before you got into the military?
In regards to what?
Just working out in general.
No, I've always been I was always into fitness and stuff. Always played multiple sports growing up. I've always been very competitive. I was actually the biggest sore loser you'll ever meet in your fucking life.
Good for you.
So, growing up, if my older brothers, because they're 5 and 7 years older than me, so I was the baby. If they beat me, even at like a video game, I can't tell you how many TVs I broke, how long I've been grounded in my life growing up because I hated losing. Like,
my man.
Like on baseball teams, I always played like travel baseball and stuff, and like you'd have kids that would strike out and they'd come back to the dugout smiling, and I literally would be like, "What the fuck are you smiling for?
Yeah.
Like, you just struck out, dude." Yeah, but no, it got bad. It got bad.
Yeah, but I think that's I want to drive that into my son as well. That dude, you got to lose.
My son's a sore loser, bro, and I love it. My ex-wife hates it. In the back of my head, when he's like throwing his bat and shit, I'm like, yes.
Yeah, get up. So
let's go.
When he was just start walking and kind of walking pretty good, he would throw the ball. He had this little ball that he could palm, right? And he would throw it. And dude, I'm telling you, I did everything in my power because I'd have him throw it at me. And I did everything in my athletic ability to stop it to getting by me, right? And I'd stuff it in his face. And my wife's like, dude, you're going to let him? I go, no, he's got to do it. And he would eventually do it. Like he would get it by me. Hunter, I'm telling you, the look on his face when he got it by me.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. He's like, yeah, I got that. And I'm like, yeah, see, that's what I want to put in him. And he's that way now too, man. That motherfucker competitive.
That's it, baby. We're breeding this is the next breed.
Absolutely. And I used to, I played defensive end in a state league football. And I was coked up at the time too. But I would kill the quarterback, right? And I'd be the guy that as he's standing, trying to get up, I'd kick him back in the chest to put him back down and tell him I was going to eat his kids and shit. I was that guy, dude. And then I was martial arts. I taught martial arts for over a decade. And people would be like, let's spar. And I'm like, cool. And I'm a little bigger guy, so like speed's not my thing. So I'll let you hit me once or twice because then you're in with me. Oh, not just murder you. And they're like, dude, I go, what? This is what we're doing. And as soon as we got off the mat, everything was cool. I buy you a beer, shake hands, and we're all friends. But dude, on the mat, on the field, on the ice, no, dude, I want to crush your throat. Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. So, and going back to what you were talking about, I think you said your uncle teaching you how to fight, right?
Oh yeah.
I'd have women come in. So if you came into my it wasn't my dojo I was teaching, right? Because I would to hold my belt level and all that, I had to teach so many hours a week, right? And you would come in and be like, hey man, I want to take a class. I was like, cool. First class, 30 minutes. This is how much it is. And the first 15 minutes we would talk and stretch and just kind of feel you out a little bit, right? And then I would put you in pads, the helmet, the belt, the red pads, and the first thing I did is hit you as hard as I could. And I wanted to see how you reacted. Cause it's like, see, oh, wow, look at that. Oh, you made it. You're alive. Look at that, dude. I hit you pretty hard, man. I got to admit, I hit you pretty hard. And that got rid of a lot of students, by the way. They never came back after that. And I was like, yeah, I don't want you around if that's the kind of thing no, dude. And then, but what I wanted to tell you was women would come, right? Cool. Yeah, absolutely. First class. First thing I would tell. You ever try to put a cat in a pillowcase? And they're like, well, no. And I go, could you imagine trying to put a cat in a pillowcase, what the cat would do? And they're like, well, yeah. I go, do that. Yeah. Okay. Lesson's over. And they're like, what? I go, there ain't none that's you're ever going to be taught, even if you're 10, 15 years into martial arts and you're doing all this and that. There ain't nothing that's going to beat anything. I go, all right, try it. At the time, I was at like 275 and like 12% body fat and a third-degree black belt, dude, and a fucking attitude. So I'm like, I go, try it. Do whatever you think you can do to me. And I would grab him. I ain't fucking going nowhere. You're 110 pounds, 120 pounds. What are you going to do to me? You know, I curl more than you. And I go, now do it my way that I told you. Scratch, claw, bite, kick. Just go uncontrollably. And then there's no way you can hang on to them. You know? Yeah. They scratch your face. What are you going to stand there and, yeah, you might be a tough guy and let them scratch your face, but now you're just being an asshole. But you have a lady claw scratch down the front of your face, you're letting go, bud. You know?
100%.
And I go, and then just run, scream, run.
See you later.
That's it. That's the best defense. But that's how I used to teach women how to fight right away. And of course, then we'd get into techniques and stuff if they're around. But yeah, I love it, dude. I love your competitive nature, dude. I love to hear that. God.
Oh yeah.
I hate fucking losing. Hate losing.
It's the worst.
Yeah, good. I like it too. We're teaching the next generation.
You got to. I mean, and it doesn't change over just because, I mean, that's life too. Like, you're going to have fucking losses in life, and you better not like it. You better learn.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. I guess I lost. I'll move on. No, what?
Yeah.
Get up and kick some ass, dude. Yeah. So, and then the other thing that I really look forward to, and we do it now a little bit, he takes a swim class and then he's in this little gym type thing. And Miss Kim is the teacher in little gym. And we'll walk into the lobby and he's like asking me questions. And I go, oh, bro, this is not my territory. This is Miss Kim's territory. You got to do whatever she says. Yeah. And he's like, well, no, don't ask me. Ask Miss Kim. She goes over and asks him. She gives him instructions, and then he might not like it. And he comes over to me, and I go, oh, nope, whatever Miss Kim says. And same in the pool. The ladies, I love the swim coach is amazing. She's old school, dunks him underwater. He doesn't like it, and I'm like, this is amazing. And I go, whatever she says, dude. And I want coaches and other people yelling at my kid.
Yeah.
You got to respect it. You know, don't come crying to me if the coach yells at you. You probably deserved it.
Yeah, 100% you deserve it.
So, but what do you got? I love your Instagram, by the way. The reels are amazing. I did use some of your audio you were using one piece of audio and I was like, I saved it. I'm going to use it in some of mine.
Use it, man.
What's your goal is to get people to level up, I want to say.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, my personal goal is that I'm set out on now is to be the #1 mindset coach in the world. So that's my goal. That's on my goal board. So along the way, though, yeah, it's going to be just helping a lot of fucking people in anything. Like I've been at every area in my life and I've gotten through it, and it's all been because of mindset. Like everything about you can literally change your identity with just a thought. You know, your thoughts lead to actions, the actions lead to habits, the habits lead to the life change, and the life change becomes your identity. And it's like, we don't talk about it enough. So that's part of the goal, man, is to just grow the knowledge on mindset.
Yeah. Mine's quite a thing. Are you a big person in visualization?
100% visualization and manifestation, and like that's incorporated into my daily calendar. Like to a T. You know, like I already know, like we talked about earlier, knowing where you're going and trying to explain it to everyone. Like I know where I'm going. It's so real to me that I'm getting there, that it's already happening. Like I already know it, right? But like if you try to explain that to somebody, you know, good.
They're gonna be like, "Where's your Valium, dude?"
Yeah. No, literally. Because of this, listen to this tactic. I don't know how long you've been following me yet, but the other day I posted this tactic because I was actually going through some. I was dealing with some problems. I'm like, wow, you know what? Somebody else out there is probably like, man, should I just quit? Should I just? And I pulled my phone out and I recorded talking to my future self, right? And there's so much going on when you're doing that. Not only are you like creating the vision, you're telling the world, you know what you are, but then I've done this in the past where I go back and I look at those videos of the old me talking to me, and it's awesome, man, and it keeps me moving. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So when do you have a set time you do your visualization?
Yeah. Twice a day, actually, every morning and then in the evening.
I do mine. I do mine when I lay in bed at night to go to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the night, your last thoughts are the most powerful too.
Yep. And I've been doing it long enough, and I get unbelievably detailed with mine.
You have to.
Yep. I mean, I can smell the paint, whatever I'm doing. I can feel the texture of the chair that I'm sitting in. Dude, it's crazy how detailed I get. But I think that what I have, I give a lot of credit to visualization.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy. And like you mentioned, manifestation, right? Kind of in the same boat.
Yeah, same shit.
No, I like you throwing your way out there, man. That does take a lot of courage, because when I started this, you know, you were just saying, you know, you video yourself. I've been going back and because I got a ton of crazy amount of content, and I'm like, oh my God, I can go back and cut this up in little reels and stuff. And I see some of my old videos. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This is just the growth, man. And as you know, if you're doing something consistently, you have to improve. You cannot.
No other way.
You cannot. Yeah, you cannot not improve. You're going to improve no matter what.
Yep.
But the thing is, though, you know, numbers and business and all that. And I look at some of my stuff and views or whatever, downloads or whatever. I don't really pay attention to that. What I pay attention to is the number, because I want to be like, okay, that was 13% growth.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. If you put that in a business sense, 13% is a lot.
Yep.
You know,
100%.
if you're in that mindset and you balance a P&L and that kind of thing, you know, 13%, that's quite a bit.
No, imagine if you keep doing that end over end daily and consistently, imagine where you're going to be in a year.
100%. I don't think they do it anymore, but banks, the old compounded interest, right?
Right.
So you get 10% this week, but then you get 10% next week. Well, that 10% next week is quite a bit, because now it's on top of the 10%, you know?
Exactly.
But the thing is, though, with people nowadays, no, I want it right now. I want to be the CEO. I've been here 6 months. How come I'm not the CEO? What?
I literally say delayed gratification and conscious congruency can take you to anywhere you want in this world. If you can delay your gratification, you know, but they can't.
No, they can't. No, I heard a long time ago, and it's gotten more, is a guy said the reason we don't have delayed gratification anymore is because we don't need it. You need a ride? Boop, Uber. You want to watch a TV show? Boop, Netflix. You don't have to wait till 6 o'clock for your favorite TV show to come on anymore.
Right.
But if
you want to be average, then stay in that, because the non-average people are going to be the ones that have the delayed gratification, that constantly keep, you know, getting better every single day, not just taking the easy way out and whatever is easy to self-soothe at that point, and they're going to fucking blow by you in the long run.
100%. And I learned this way back in the video company. I was listening to a business podcast and stuff, you know, and I picked up that just tick it forward a little bit, going back to the compounding interest. just ticket forward a little bit. You don't have to make $1 million today. No. What are 3 things that you just did today to ticket whatever you're doing forward? Is it you sent 4 more emails than you should have? Oh, it's amazing. That's amazing. Cool.
Yep.
Okay, so 4 more tomorrow. 4 more the next day. Holy shit, by the end of the week, you got 50-something emails that, right? So just a little bit. And then you look back a month later and you're like, oh my God, look at everything that I've done. And that's been because obviously my bandwidth is stretched tight with everything that I do. And I love this show, dude. I love doing what I'm doing. And I have to have that time management and that consistency with this show. And when I look back at where it is now compared to where it was and the growth, and that's what it is
I love it.
Just one thing today. That's it.
Yep.
Right?
Cool. The Power of One More by Ed Milet. He actually he wrote a book.
That motherfucker, I think he stole that from me. Look back at my Instagram. I have one more. I call it one more. And I came up with that. Of course, it was in the gym. And, one more set, right? Yeah. And then I started using it in business. One more email. I'd be sitting there at fucking 6:30 at night. Okay, I'm done. No, dude, just fucking one more email. All right. Yep. One more phone call. Whatever it may be, right?
Yeah.
And then I put in my personal life. One more hug. Oh, no, man. One more this, one more that. And, but yeah, I know I like Ed Milet. He's a fucking savage. That dude's savage. You listen to Andy Frisella as well?
Every single day.
You listen to his show?
Yeah, every day. Yep.
I love the personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion.
That's it, baby.
I love it. Yeah. All right, man. I'm gonna give you the mic for as long as you need it, man. Just holler at everybody what you want them to know.
Honestly, we'll just kind of wrap it up with this. Is this, I know a lot of people that listen to your show might be going through some shit. They might be at rock bottom. They might be hurting. I just want to tell them to change the way they view their story. So the other day, somebody called me that was recently. This was very recent. He was about to take his life, and he started just spewing it to me on how the world doesn't love him anymore, and he's got no purpose and all this, and he's just done. And I listened to him for a while, and then I changed his paradigm. I changed the way he thought about this story. See, he thought it was over with at rock bottom. He thought, this is where my life ends. It's over. I said, no, bro. This is where you start. The pain you're feeling right now, that it's so much that you're willing to take your life. Imagine how many people in the world are feeling that same pain and have no one to talk to. Imagine when you stand the fuck up, you man up right now, you go out, you become this man that you're telling me that you want to be, and then you help a lot of people along the way. Imagine that feeling, how that's going to be. Mm-hmm. And, obviously it was a longer conversation than that, but I just shifted the way that he viewed rock bottom as being such a beautiful thing. So all these problems that people are going through is just, you can easily change the way you look at them into them not being problems anymore. You don't got problems, you get problems. Mm-hmm. All these problems that we think are problems, you're just magnifying it and creating a problem out of it. All right. As soon as you fucking take a step back, look in the mirror, stop running from those problems. The reason it's so fucking magnifying is because you're running from all your problems and you're not addressing it. You're not staring it right in the face, because I did it for years.
100%.
Keep talking with me though, real quick about it, because you got something to say.
No, I can't agree with you more, dude. And then a phrase that helped me when my mom passed away 3 years ago, and coming back from up north where she was, I'm driving home, and a guy that I follow, that I've liked for a long time, Seth Forcier, I think how you pronounce his last name. He has a phrase that says, I don't have any problems. I just got fucking work to do.
That's it, baby.
And dude, he has all this stuff, right? And when I was driving home, that came on. Yeah. And I just fucking played it over and over. And that little phrase right there, over and over again. And no, dude, you don't have problems. No. And the example that I gave in a speech was, you got a flat tire. Fuck, I got a problem. I got a flat tire. No, that's not a problem, dude.
No.
You just got work to do. Just change it.
That's it.
You know, I love
That's
it, dude. Dude, I got goosebumps from you talking.
Yeah, the
That's
work instills the worth. The work instills the worth, bro. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. But dude, we're gonna get out of here. I can't thank you enough for. I can't thank you. Yeah, I can't thank you enough for coming on. Hang tight for a second, all right?
Okay.
Hey, man, I told you that was one hell of a ride. Hunter's a great dude. Make sure you reach out to him. I bet you he would love to speak with you. Of course, link is in the show notes. But I'm going to get you out of here because I know you got shit to do. But don't forget, on your way out, let's see, Live Rishi, High Speed Daddy, my YouTube channel, my website, and keep kicking ass. Till next time.